Hey, are you still gonna do those clips?
Which one?
What you gonna do? Will you be posting on Instagram?
Yeah, I gotta see if I can get the load. I gotta download the YouTube videos because before I was just doing it on my laptop.
Right.
It was a lot easier because it was already on the laptop.
Right. All right, my bad. Forget to read.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
If the Cavs still look like this, bro, in a month, jump ship, I'm going to press the panic button. You will never get me to jump ship. Y'all have to pay attention to Drake and what he says. He just throws out, you hear that? You jumping ship, trying to give me this, like, yes, oh, man, I didn't say it. No, I'm never jumping ship on my spot. You can talk trash because you got a Hall of Fame quarterback. That's all. You always in the game because you got Aaron Rodgers. You can crap on everybody else because you got a Hall of Fame quarterback. That is true. All right? Listen, I don't care if you beat Ohio State, Michigan State, or Notre Dame by 1 point. No, I don't. I care about winning. I did argue 5 years ago that he was the greatest of all time. Well, that wasn't a good argument 5 years ago. Because some people just got vision. They be so insecure that I don't want him there. The most insecure player of all time is Kevin Durant. HBO insecure about Kevin Durant. Really?
And we're back at it, Academy Sports Show, right here on AudioWaveNetwork.com. Yes, favorite sports show is back.
I like that.
Every Thursday right here. Try to get up at 7:30-ish Eastern Standard Time.
We did it.
So if you're listening in podcast land via SoundCloud, make sure you follow the page so that way you get notifications when the pod goes up. Or if you're listening via iTunes app, make sure you subscribe on iTunes. Give us a rating, throw that 5 stars up. And then if you're available, come into the YouTube page every Thursday, 7:30, right here, YouTube, Academy Sports Show. If you like us, go ahead and click the subscribe button and then hit that notification bell. That'll let you know when we go up. So you can be right here and comment your distaste or like or love or bad things, nice things, good things, anything that you want on the topics that we have on hand. I'm your host, Andre Douglas. Next to me is your host, Joel Williams.
What up, everybody? Hey, we're back again, as Dre said, on a Thursday. Welcome, everybody, to the Academy Sports Podcast. Big show ahead tonight. It's the playoffs. They're still continuing as we speak. And there seems to be balance brought back to the force.
After it's all said and done. The Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals are set. There are 4 teams, and I believe these are the 4 teams that everybody thought were going to be here. However, I don't necessarily know that you thought that some of these teams would look the way they did. So we'll talk about that much more tonight on the Academy Sports Podcast. What else? Oh, we got to talk about Matt Patricia. Unfortunately, I don't really want to talk about the Lions, but we do have to talk a little bit of football. The NFL seems to be finding its way to make itself into the news cycle again and again. So here we are again, talking a little Matt Patricia tonight. And local news, SVG is out as the Pistons vice president of basketball operations as well as the head coach. What do you think? Are you happy? You need to stick with us because I got something to say about that. And it's going to be nice and brief, nice and short, kind of cliche-ish, but definitely going to be something you want to hear. So all that, much more. You heard him say, if you're in our live feed, please make sure you share. Please make sure you say something, yell something, talk to us. We'll talk back to you. As always, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on the Academy Sports Show page. Also, follow us on Facebook. Keep it locked in so you'll know when we are here. We did it tonight, though, y'all. We should be proud. We're in before 7:30. Like, usually we coming up real tight on this boy. So we should be proud.
We're starting on time. So, yeah, let's get it.
And on the ones and twos, we got Mr. Terrific in the building.
Yo, what's up?
Pops.
Yeah, I just want to say last week when I said Cavs in 4? Cavs in 4, man.
Hey, you said it.
Hey,
LeBron, go.
You said it. I was scared. That was just the pessimism in me.
LeBronto.
But LeBron is definitely doing his thing. And I'm happy about it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I really want to know what you think about these Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals, though. Because I recall, sir, if we go back a few shows, you know we remember what people say, okay? You were very confident in a certain team from Texas.
To go all the way?
You were very that's all I'm going to say is confident. And I'm going to just go tease it right now. You don't even have to share. Because we're going to get to that moment where you will have to go on the record. But I just want to see, are you still as confident as you were weeks back about that team from Texas? That's all I'm saying. You don't have to speak on it now.
See, well, I don't know if Steph Curry was healthy the last time I said that.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't. Hey, I'm just saying what you said.
But Houston is looking good.
Houston's looking good. Okay.
All right. Well, you know we love to pay the bills around here. If you want to be a sponsor of Audio Wave Network, or even especially here at Academy Sports Show, make sure you hit us up at the new email, academysportshow@gmail.com. Give us the details, and we'll definitely hit you back. But our main sponsor here is Vaughn's Plumbing, both licensed and insured. Vaughn's Plumbing provides top-quality commercial and residential services at great prices, whether it's getting up to cold or just waterproofing or just daily home services. Make sure you check out Vaughn's Plumbing. The number is
313-304-7786.
Or check out vaughnsplumbing.com to get that quote. Once again, the number is
313-304-7786.
And make sure you contact them. Tell them the Academy Sports Show sent you, and you'll get the real MVP.
Nice. Yes, I stayed in my place. I stayed in my place this week.
All right. Well, we got some local stuff to get into. To start with the most pressing. No pun intended. Oh God.
I'm sorry.
Matt Patricia, Detroit Lions' new head coach, only a month and a half in, if that.
Fresh off a wonderful draft.
Oh God. Jeez.
Software update.
It's too soon.
It's too soon.
The draft is too. You know how we treat the draft around here.
Sorry.
Yeah, fresh off a D+ draft.
D+.
We get an article in the local news that brings up Matt Patricia, and 22 years ago, he was indicted on a rape case when he was a football player. And I guess as it goes, him and one of his buddies met a girl. To the girl's allegations, they went to the girl's room. Things happened. Next day, she pressed charges. A grand jury was convened, and he was indicted. But that's as far as it went. There was no testimony. There was no evidence given. All charges were dropped, if they were any issued, and everybody went about their way. The police report at that time isn't even found at this time. So those are all the facts that we have towards it. Why it comes up now, it's like a player smoking a bong right before he gets drafted.
Yep.
Sounds like entrapment to me. It sounds like somebody's trying to mess up somebody's career, but nevertheless, it happened. So you got to talk about it. Your thoughts when you first heard it?
Okay, so we talked. Your
non-troll thoughts
yes,
when you heard about it.
We talked about this off air. If this isn't, and this is not to take away from the seriousness of the matter, but if this is not 2018 and the NFL does not have an identity problem and it's not have a lot of situations that have been very similar where unfortunately men, their relationship with women have gone awry, this is probably a non-story because of the fact that it is 22 years old. Now, that again, not take the seriousness away from it. It's a serious matter.
Okay.
That's why we're talking about this, because ultimately what you're saying is we're talking about a situation where all charges have been dropped. So we're talking about a situation where there's no police record. We're talking about a situation where basically there was a grand jury convened, some things were said, and nobody took it any further. So at the end of the day, at the time it was taken seriously. It went through a process. It went through a legal process. and therefore, and nothing happened, and it was found to be nothing. So why it's coming up today seems like to me that people want to have a lot to say. Somebody, as to your point, is out here trying to hunt, trying to find some bad press. And if I'm a writer at the Free Press and I need a story, then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find me a story. You dug one up. Whoever did it, good job. All right, good job. This is a story. I don't want to say it's a non-story. It's a story that happens in today's time. It's a pretty serious thing. Unfortunately, it's going to be a story. It's going to be something that the Lions have to address. Do I think it's a serious matter? I do. Do I think that he should be reprimanded or fired for it? I don't. I'd like the fact that he came out and made a statement and said what he had to say. And I agree with what he had to say. He came out and addressed it. I think that's the best thing that you could possibly do. And that's it. That's my take on it.
That's your hot take.
That's my hot take.
I don't think he doesn't need to be fired. One thing that has been going back and forth speculation wise was, did the Lions know, right? Did he disclose this information? Did they do their due diligence enough to?
Is that what I think it is?
What?
That in your hand?
A selfie stick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
My wife bought it. I didn't do it. Okay. Don't touch me. I don't think I can use it.
Who was he talking to? He said, "Don't touch me."
I said, "Don't judge me."
Oh, don't judge you. Okay. You know we're live though.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. So no, I don't think the guy should lose his job for it.
What's happening?
I'm trying to get the people in here.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling people to go to YouTube.
Oh, okay. Should I do that?
You can. I just thought about it on the fly.
Okay.
All
right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. So no, he should not lose his job for it.
Brethren, what's up, Ralph?
Did the Lions know? If the Lions did not know about this, that's a huge, huge piece.
Yes.
That's like that. That's gigantic.
Yes.
Because you do not know how to handle this storm as it hits you. And before the season even starts, you got to feel some way about Matt Patricia by not telling you about this, right? Because if I'm Matt Patricia, I'm not giving up this information just to give up the information.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So did the Lions know? We don't know. I would think they didn't know. Some people think they did know. Some people give them the benefit of the doubt, say they did their due diligence. They looked up the past. They asked him about it. He gave his answer about it. They felt good enough about it, and they still hired him. They vetted him. They asked old coaches and old people about him. Is he a good character person? They vetted his character, and they went about it, and then that was the hiring. I think it never came up.
I disagree. I think it came up.
I don't think it ever came up.
I think it came up. Ralph just said, did the Giants or Pats know?
Oh, I don't know. Why?
Somebody knew. That's
know.
A good question, because that could speak to why wasn't he in the final running for a couple of these jobs, and then
he was talked about. I don't think he took the meeting.
Sounded like the Giants wanted him.
The Giants had already hired somebody, but during the Super Bowl, right? They had already got my man from the Eagles.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Finally.
So, but Matt Patricia didn't take no interviews until after the season. Okay. So that really, I mean, it didn't help him or hurt him in that regard of the sexual assault case, right?
Well, did they know?
Or the alleged rape case.
But did they know and then just go ahead and make the hire because they're not going to go after Matt Patricia because they know?
I don't know.
I think NFL security is too good not to know.
Okay.
Word on the street is if NFL security wants to know something, they're going to know it.
Okay.
When they vet these kids out in the NFL, they're not only going and talking to coaches and stuff. They're going to the local areas where these kids hang out. They're in these bars. I remember that one kid, I think his name was Justin Blackman from Oklahoma State.
Oh, yeah.
So he ends up –
Didn't he fizzled out? Failed a lot of tests and just never came back, right?
Yeah, so he ended up – they knew he had a drinking issue. Mm-hmm. But that's why he dropped a little bit in the draft, because what they did was they did research on him, but they also went to the bars and establishments and just asked the people in the place.
Does he come here a lot?
Exactly. So listen, when the NFL wants to know something, they know it. So that's my take.
Is he on your Wall of Fame?
The Lions knew. I think the Lions knew.
Okay.
I think they knew. I think they vetted it. I think they asked the questions. I think they liked the answer. I think they compared the answer with what was told to them, with the information. They said he's telling the truth. And they felt like this is a story. If it comes out, we can address it. I think they got some things working for him. The case was dropped. 22 years ago. 3, he was a player, is not a coach. They got some things working in their favor.
And nothing else has
Nothing else have come up since. He's been clean. He's held a job in the NFL, a legit one that he's been held to a high standard. The Pats knew.
Here's the thing. You think the Pats knew?
I think the Pats knew.
Okay. So you think every place he went?
I think every place he's been, they knew.
Okay.
In the NFL, I think every NFL franchise vetted people to the highest level. You're talking about $1 billion, well, maybe $1 million franchise.
I don't know, because before, I don't think they dove that deep in before. Now the vetting process is very thick now because we had all these scandals and all these things happen. I think now they dig a little harder. And to the point of maybe they didn't know. I think that since the GM is Patriot blood, and then you bring in your homeboy who you want to have the job, who you go out on a limb for, you know what I'm saying? He might have not have known, but at the same time, he might have not dug that hard either, because you don't really dig that deep into your boy's past like that. Got him the job, and then now you get hit with, come on, dog, you should have told me that.
Yeah, but that doesn't look good.
That's what I'm saying. That could be a scenario.
If that's a scenario, you're in a bad place. You hired your boy, and then you had a possible rape case.
Come on, bro.
I hope. Listen, for the sake of your team,
yeah,
I hope that's not the case.
Okay.
I hope they vetted him properly. Rouse says maybe they vet coaches differently than players. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I feel like they had to know.
Okay.
Somebody had it out for Patricia to drop the news. I think that's what you're looking at. Somebody's, to your point, when we said it off air, you said it. Somebody's trying to make a story. That's what I think. Somebody's trying to make a story. If you're trying to make a story, you need a hot take, you put it out there. And I hate this to sound this way. And for our podcast listeners, when you hear this, you might feel some type of way. I'm sorry, folks. This is a non-story. It's a non-story. I'm not trying to be insensitive.
If it comes back next week and this mystery lady pop up, giving more details of the situation, then it's a story. Then it's some hot takes gonna be happening.
Well, it's hot takes, but is it a story though? Because I mean, it's a story, but
lady comes up and accuses NFL head coach of rape.
Yeah, it's definitely a story. But again, we're talking about it went into a legal process and came out on the other side as dismissed. No, so from a media spot,
I don't think she went through with it at that point in time. I don't think all the evidence, because he said he never had his day in court. So that means it never went that far.
Which means that there either wasn't enough evidence, it was dismissed. That means the prosecuting attorney decided to dismiss it.
I think the details that came out was she didn't pursue the case.
It was dropped.
She didn't pursue the case, so they had to drop it. So if she comes back out now and goes, hey, I want to pursue this 22-year-old case, statute of limitations, I don't know. Rape kit, I don't know. It's a he said, she said, and now in the society that we live in,
it's a story.
You're guilty until proven guilty.
I agree. That's true. I'm saying it to the effect that I think it's a non-story from a real play. If it comes back out and she pops up, because believe me, whoever wrote the story, they're looking for her.
Oh yeah, they're looking for her.
They're searching for her.
They're looking for her.
And she might be happily married, moved on, don't want to talk about that part of her life, got 3 kids, working a great job, probably making 6 figures, doing her thing.
Yep.
Unfortunately, somebody's looking for you, baby.
Yeah,
they coming after you. But so it's going to be a story from a media perspective, because that's flair. That's a story.
Most definitely.
But I'm just saying, I feel like when you get into the details of it, I'm not saying it's not wrong. Rape is not a good thing at all. It's just from the legal standpoint, it didn't get pressed. It got the charges were dismissed. That should have some weight in it. It doesn't. In today's society, he gonna be guilty until guilty, and we're gonna hear about this every game this season. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Hey, I appreciate you guys joining us in the Facebook feed.
I was just about to do that. So everybody that's in my Facebook feed right now, head over to YouTube. I see you. Said B, Janan, go over there. Go to YouTube. The link is in my description.
Same thing here. Please go to YouTube. The link is on my Facebook page. Go check out YouTube. We're on YouTube Live. Go join Deuce's Dad 11 in our YouTube Live feed, please. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So now I hope this goes away, but I don't think it will go away. I think extra layers may have come out on this. And then, like I said, in the climate that we're in right now, I think it'll linger until she gets surfaced.
Absolutely.
Or until she puts out a statement and honestly saying she don't want to be, like, she didn't want to do it then and didn't want to do it now.
Yep. So, or it will go away if nothing else comes out.
Right.
Even if she doesn't say anything, even if they don't locate her, if nothing else comes from this, I think it goes away.
Okay.
It'll be some weeks. Like, if you can get nothing else for the rest of the summer, and you might be able to start the season clean. But if you keep getting pieces and pieces and pieces, it's going to be a problem.
Pieces and pieces and pieces.
It's going to be a problem.
All right, other coaching news or non-coaching news in the city right now. Stan Van Gundy, the GM and head coach.
Ring the bell for him.
Is gone. He was let go. Owner Tom Gores. It took a long time. It took a really long time. End of the season, they said they were going to have this meeting. They didn't have it until like 2-3 weeks until the end of the meeting. And then they didn't come away from anything from there. Then it took another couple weeks. And then after that, Gores was trying to get him to get rid of his GM-ness just to be the head coach.
Just be the head coach, bro.
And that didn't go well. And then a week later, now he's fired. Like, really, you took a month and a half to get the firedness going.
And you feel good about this owner.
Come on. No, nobody ever feels good about Tom Gores.
I mean,
Tom Gores is a bad owner.
A month and a half to do something that we all know should have been done a long time ago.
Now you got teams like Milwaukee and Charlotte that's already on 2 second, third interviews with coaches. New York has already hired their coach, so you don't even get a chance to look at my man from Memphis. So you just late to the party.
Yep. A la Detroit Pistons.
Oh, God. Can't wait to throw a shot.
I really couldn't.
Should they just have given him his 5th year and then go about it?
No.
If you're going to be late about it, just give him his 5th year.
I told you this back when they made this dumb trade. But no, everybody around here want to talk about, listen, he screwed the pooch. This is a bad situation.
Okay.
Let me give you my hot take on this. I got something to say. Stan Van Gundy is gone. Here's my hot take.
Okay.
Bye, Felicia.
I don't think nobody's missing him.
Nobody was missing her when she walked away. No, nobody's missing it. This should have been done a long time ago.
I'll keep that to myself.
What? Why? Why are we? This should have been done. This should have been done well before the end of the year meeting. Listen, people, screwed. You're royally screwed, Pistons fans. I'm gonna tell you why. Ralph just said it. You have no first round pick. He's gone. You have no. This is what you don't have. You have no VP of operations or a coach.
Mm-hmm.
You lost one. You need 2 spots.
Mm-hmm.
You have no first round pick,
mm-hmm.
and you're tied into a crappy contract belonging to your star player Blake Griffin.
3 contracts. You tied in his, Dre's, and
that's right,
and
Jackson's. So now you're saying I need a coach, and you need a GM. And guess who's been rumored to be one of the front runners for the GM position?
Chauncey Billups.
Guess who the next guy is that's been rumored for? This is just a list of just wonderful names.
Isaiah?
No.
Oh.
Brent Barry.
For why?
Exactly. Exactly.
For why?
I don't know. I guess
for why?
Maybe he just sounds good on TV. I guess he sounds good on ESPN.
Former Piston.
Former Piston. Exactly.
Brent Barry.
How does that sound?
For why? For what?
I don't know.
Why, Sway? That's what I said.
Deuce's dad 11 also points out, why doesn't Mark Jackson have a job? That's who I think I want to be.
He got a bad rap. He's got
rap.
The Kaepernick touch. I don't know. Something happened
Whatever happened in
Golden State, nobody wants to touch him ever again.
Yep.
So to keep bringing up Mark Jackson is moot because he's not gonna get another job.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Mama, there goes that man.
Yeah.
Just get used to that for the next 15 years.
Enjoy him while
him. He's a good commentator.
Yep.
He's a good commentator. Enjoy him on the commentation. Hand down, man down. Just enjoy those.
I agree. 100%.
Because he's not gonna get another job.
Something bad happened.
They even talk about Jeff Van Gundy's getting jobs, and that boy ain't coached in I don't know how long. When he did coach, he wasn't that good.
Would you trade one for the other?
No Van Gundy for another Van Gundy. No, thank you. No, thank you. I would have took my man that New York hired.
Fisdale?
I would have took Fisdale, but you waited too long for that to even happen. Now who's else on the market? You got some
Jason Kidd.
Every Spur assistant manager is going on interviews right now.
I heard that the water boy from the Spurs is on interviews.
If you are an affiliate of the Spurs, you are getting an interview right now.
Every Spurs assistant coach.
Yes. We're all getting interviewed. I got a Spurs t-shirt. I got an interview with Charlotte on Thursday. I got an interview. So then what's my man name from Atlanta who got fired? Bucharest.
It's not Bucharest.
Bucharest.
Bucharest is the place you eat here in Detroit.
Yeah, Bucharest.
It's Budenholzer.
Budenholzer. That hoser. He's up for the job. He did an okay job in Atlanta when they wanted to win. Correct. When they wanted to tank, then it's his fault.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
He was definitely a scapegoat.
He did a good job with nothing there. Yep. Like who knew about Bazemore and the African guy with the blonde streak in his head?
Bobby Schmurder.
No, we got Bobby Schmurder.
Schroeder. Yeah, you right. Bobby Schmurder plays for
So I wouldn't be mad at that, but it's a retread.
Ray Schmurder, whatever.
Ray Schmurder.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So who do
Jason Kidd?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not
Jason Kidd?
He helped the Bucks become relevant again.
Did he?
They're relevant. They're in the playoffs.
Did he?
Yeah.
Or did they just have Giannis?
It's debatable. You're the one that just said
I think
good coaches help teams win some of those games.
Exactly, and that's why he got fired. Because that's who they are, and they needed a coach to elevate them, and they were just who they were.
They're still who they are.
They're still who they were.
It ain't the coach.
So
the team's not that good.
Oh, shots. Okay.
Just saying.
So anybody they hire, the Pistons have to.
This is going to be a retread.
The Pistons have to open with open arms.
So hire somebody brand new. You can't even yell out a name.
I want Chauncey as GM. Is that bad?
It seems like another Joe Dumars situation.
He did a good job for a while.
Joe Dumars made two of the worst choices ever in the history.
But for a while, he did a good job. Those last 2-3 years there, he made some bad choices.
And 2003.
Well, he made a choice for his team.
He's on the hook for 2003.
If they would have drafted any of those superstars, they wouldn't have won that championship. Okay. If they would have drafted Carmelo, they wouldn't have won.
Wow. Okay.
You got to think about it like that.
They don't win the 04 championship?
They don't win the championship if Carmelo's on that team.
Okay.
Because Carmelo takes minutes. Tayshaun would have never came off the bench. You would have had Carmelo guarding Tracy in the first round. and then that would have been the legend of Carmelo never making it past any conference finals.
Okay.
He would have started here.
Gotcha.
You didn't need a shooting guard. You had Rip, so you didn't get D-Wade. You didn't need a power forward, so you didn't get Bosh or Amari because you already had
a lot of
Rashard.
Sheed. Well, she didn't come till 04. Remember, he was the last trade, the final piece of the trade deadline.
Right, but okay, so you had McDyess.
But I mean, you had McDyess. You had some players.
You had players.
Yeah.
So any other rookie that was a superstar at that time, you would have put him on that team. I don't think they would have won the title.
Okay. Deuce's dad said they need to.
Since 05.
He says you need to tank like Philly. I don't know. I don't think Detroit can handle that.
No. And the owner
got a new arena.
The owner doesn't want that.
Yeah, you can't tank.
The owner doesn't want tanking. He wants butts in the seats. That's why Blake Griffin is here. To your point.
Yep.
So you got to make somebody that has to make this roster work. And trust the process. Dumars, I think Dumars starts sucking once you traded Chauncey away. And then once you didn't want to re-sign Richard Hamilton. And
well, what happened is all of that. Like, I think that you were talking about domino effect. Really what it was he didn't go about it the way most teams do nowadays. Most teams now, I'm locking up 2 players. Back then, you couldn't lock up 2 players. The cap wasn't there yet. But the first person he didn't lock up was Ben. Ben, honestly, was half of the glue to that team.
Yeah, but you would have overpaid him.
Oh, definitely. You would have overpaid him. He ended
the Bulls definitely overpaid
him. I ain't mad at him. Yep. We got a Bulls fan in here tonight that's actually had to suffer through that. Now, yeah, you can only go so far. Not funny. Now, on top of that, then you're right. The Chauncey deal.
Right.
Bad. Chauncey was the piece. If Ben was a piece,
the captain.
He was the captain. Once you let him go, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
So he didn't do the things that he should have done, which was somebody needed to get the Brinks truck. Nobody got the truck. He didn't back the truck up to anybody.
Because you had 5 guys.
Exactly.
You had 5 legit guys that won you that
But title. You could have had 5 legit guys that understood that all 5 guys ain't getting the Brinks truck.
Yeah.
But he didn't go about it that way.
But did he, or did Chicago say, here, Ben Wallace, here's $75 million?
Oh, Ben, I get it.
And then Ben is like, oh, do I stay here or do I get $7 million?
I agree. But what I'm saying, Ben, I understand. But the rest of it, like the Chauncey situation, the Rip situation, those situations should have never happened. I blame Dumars.
And I also think Detroit Pistons fans got complacent. I think because we talked about flipping the switch in regards to Golden State.
Right.
They got sick of flipping the switch per se. With Detroit going to all those Eastern Conference Finals or getting so close, and then she leaving Robert Horry wide open for 3, that could have been 2-time champions. So, but the whole flip the switch thing got on people's nerves when really you probably could have wrote that out for another 3-4 years.
Oh, definitely, I agree.
With some success,
I agree.
But you didn't. So you got Iverson, and you got Charlie Villanueva, and then you got Ben Gordon.
Oh my God. That's
so
horrible. God, that sounds horrible.
That's the life they live.
Let's see. Deuce Dad 11 says when Chauncey got traded, Flip started crying. It was over. Should have traded Tayshaun.
It was over.
Yeah, and then they let Tayshaun just hang around too long, and then he ends up going somewhere else too. Yeah, it fizzled out, and it's sad. But now
Tayshaun had miles on his body.
Oh God, yeah.
Like going back as a rookie. He his first 5-6 years, he was a 10-year vet.
Yep. He was in dog years.
Dude, his body was done.
In dog years.
His body was done after all those runs after being a rookie.
And then he had to deal with LeBron. And when LeBron was coming into the league. So he was getting beat on.
Yep.
So I don't know. Listen, you can't be a guest in our podcast. You can't stop it. Anything can happen. Anything can happen on this show. Anything can happen.
But anybody who the Pistons pick, you got to deal with it.
Yep, it's a retread.
There is no perfect person.
There ain't even I can't even think of a name right now. Like, it's sad when you can think of better names for your front office than you can think for your head coaching position.
Right, because I don't want Chauncey to be the coach.
Yeah, I don't.
And if you already have your name in GM circles, stay there.
Right.
Don't go down. Stay in the GM circles. If Cleveland was already looking at you there, you stay there.
Right.
For some reason, they wanted you to be the GM. So you stay in that realm and demand that. You know what I'm saying? But Chauncey GM, I'm okay with that because now you really got a face of the franchise in the front office. But anybody in coaching, it doesn't really matter who they put there.
Man, I'm sorry.
All right, let's get to basketball that matters.
Pistons fans. Yes, let's talk playoffs. Let's talk playoffs.
Ben Simmons got eliminated. It's over. Trust the process no more. Gone fishing. Go to Australia.
Man, that sounds petty.
That was real petty, bro.
That
that was personal. So you really feel some type of way about Ben Simmons. You've been trying to play it off like, oh, Ben, he's just a good player. That's just my opinion. No, you got fired up by this. And now you being like that, bro? One bad series, and now you go demean this man? This man can't ball?
He cool.
He cool.
He a good player. He ain't Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, God. Whoa, that's what you needed. You needed Donovan Mitchell to compare.
I needed Donovan Mitchell.
You needed Donovan Mitchell to compare.
I needed Donovan Mitchell. He ain't Donovan Mitchell.
No, he's not.
You're right. We're going to see what this boy Tatum do. He might not be Tatum either. You never know. I'm just sick of people saying he's the next LeBron. He's not the next LeBron. He is not next.
I agree.
His game is compartmentalized.
Okay. You did. Okay. I'm just hoping you're using it.
I'm not going to say it again. You know the word is where his game is. And that's exactly what Boston did to him. You can't shoot, bro.
That's right.
How are you an NBA player? You were supposed to be the next one, and you can't shoot. You can't score the rock unless it's a layup. You need Embiid.
That's true.
How you supposed to be the next one? I hate it. I hate the fact. Maybe this is what LeBron people do. This is what LeBron haters do because they crowned him the king, and you really don't want him to be the king.
Right. But he is the king.
But he is king.
Yep.
But Ben Simmons is not. He's not up next.
He's not the next king.
He's not up next.
I agree with you.
I can't do it.
I've said that too.
I hate it.
He's not the next. I think you still are a little disrespectful about his skill level. But I agree with you. I've never said that he's
like people can't get triple doubles in the NBA. Like,
okay, everybody doesn't triple double in the NBA. Stop. Okay. don't say things like that.
Who had a better run, Ben Simmons or Donovan Mitchell?
Donovan Mitchell.
Thank you.
Okay. So your vote for Rookie of the Year is
on
cemented.
A broken foot.
Your vote for Rookie of the Year is cemented. You've been validated in that area. You were still a little disrespectful about Ben Simmons to start, saying he's just a good player.
He is just a good player.
Okay, fine.
He's a rookie in the league. He's just a good player.
Okay. All right. So yes, the Sixers are out. The Sixers are out. That's where we're starting tonight. I see. Starting with. Let's start with that series. Let's start with that series.
I just wanted to get it out.
You did.
LeBronto.
Hey, have you seen the God's Playing video of the guy who's acting like Drake? I'm gonna send it to you. There's a God's Playing video of the guy. This guy's acting like Drake doing the video, but he's singing about LeBron. It's called Bron's Playing.
Oh, God.
It's horrible. They meme the life out of Drake, bro. Drake, get somewhere to sit down. Bro, that was ridiculous. Tell me, did you expect it?
I did not expect that.
Mr. Terrific thought he called it.
I did not expect
No, sir.
LeBron. The others showed up too. The others definitely. Kevin Love had a good series.
Yep.
But
J.R. Smith is shooting again.
LeBron, he literally did anything he wanted to do.
Yep.
Coming off that Indiana series where he worked so hard, it's to Stephen A's credit. LeBron was doing the same things, but Indiana was in every game.
Right.
This game, once he took game one from them, it was over. They psychologically checked out. DeRozan was gone.
Kyle Lowry showed up this series.
They let Kyle Lowry do that.
Dang, bro.
They chose who to put the clamps on and let the other one do whatever he wanted to do.
Yep.
They killed DeRozan.
But this is the thing I've been telling everybody, and I don't understand why people don't see this. Y'all want to make DeMar DeRozan a superstar.
He get paid like one.
He does, but that's because he's in Toronto. They don't have any other choices in Toronto. That guy's not a superstar. I'm going to tell you why. This is what the Cavs did to him, bro. Don't go for the pump fake. He's all mid-range. He's a full mid-range player. He likes to get to the basket, but he never goes straight to the basket. He always pump fakes. He wants to get a foul, go to the line. So everybody stayed on the ground. He let Tristan Thompson guard him. Okay? He let Tristan guard him.
That's your man's too.
I know. That's my team.
But
I got to go.
You went there.
You stupid, bro. Come on, get it.
You stupid, bro.
You're messing it up for everybody. You can't be messing it up for everybody.
Facts are facts. The last time he did it, you got to read.
That is true. You keep bringing that up. That is true.
I'm just saying.
Well, that is true. Okay. I might have to stop. I might have to be respectful until the season's over. But you don't go for the pump fake for this guy. This guy's game is compartmentalized. So all you have to do is stay on the ground. But you're right. They put the clamps on DeRozan. He was absent. All right. Y'all just might as well send an absentee ballot out to him. He was absent. They let Kyle Lowry. And then
you got benched.
You got out-coached by Tyronn Lue.
How?
Who do you think LeBron came up with the plan to stop DeMar DeRozan?
I just out-coached is strong.
Okay.
When you got the best player in the world right now, it's kind of hard.
No credit goes to the coach.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's just wrong, but okay.
I mean, I didn't watch the games and go, that was a good. That was a good execution by Tyronn Lue.
Some of the X's and O's. He's known to be a great play caller, especially out of timeout. I'm just saying.
Okay,
No adjustments were made by Dwayne Casey. None. Why aren't y'all doubling LeBron?
He did.
What did he try to do?
In the game where LeBron hit the runner, they were
supposed to trap him when he got the ball. They never even trapped him.
Because my man came from under instead of up top because he was stupid. But but he went with the lineup that kept him in the game.
Okay.
And that was the DeRozan bench game.
That's not hard. Go with the lineup that's working.
Or you could have went with your superstar.
Okay. That's not an adjustment.
I'm just saying, man.
You're giving him. So, do you fire Dwayne Casey if you're the Raptors?
No, you don't fire Dwayne Casey.
I don't think you do either.
You trade DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, wow. You can't. That's your star.
Somebody else want him?
Hey, they're talking about – no, they're not talking about – he ain't going up there. But I say, never mind. That's a different team. We'll wait till we get to that team.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right. You can't do anything with that team. They had the best bench in the NBA this year.
They did. But here's the thing. We just got finished talking about it, right? Are you okay with just going to the second round or go as far as till you beat LeBron every year?
You should.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I think you just hang around
if you're Toronto
years and then you better be. That's all you got.
Or do you blow that sucker up?
I think you hope he doesn't. You hope he leaves this summer and you keep that team together. That's what I think you do. There's no way you blow that team up. Blow it up to what? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you blow it up, what is it being blown up to? I don't know. Like, how do you get back? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what's the other option?
Break up Toronto, they have no heart. They have no cojones.
They don't. But what can you do?
They rolled over.
You don't grow those. You can't grow them over the summer.
You get players that have them.
Who wants to go to Toronto? Nobody wants to go to Toronto.
I don't know.
Nobody wants to go to Toronto.
Maybe you suck one year, get you a rookie, and
nobody wants to go to Toronto.
Okay. Well, no, you don't get rid of Casey. If anything, you get rid of DeMar. And I feel bad saying that because he came out with his mental health thing and
so nice.
And it feels bad because what is he going through right now? You literally you just got destroyed in national television. And we all know you got mental health issues.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. Don't bring that up like that.
But no, I feel bad for him now. Like, you got to sit at home and just know, like, the whole country.
So, like, you felt like
you a wimp.
So you feel like because he has mental health issues that he needed to win the championship this year?
Like, no, it's not nothing that happened on the court though due to his mental health issues. I'm saying now that he's lost and he lost the way he lost.
Now you're concerned.
And now I'm concerned for him. He needs a wellness check every week.
That's so nice.
Somebody needs to go to DeMar's house like every Tuesday and knock on the door. Make sure he's okay.
Okay.
I don't, are you okay, DeMar? At DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, wow. All right, what about the Cavs? Do you think they are the favorite now?
Here's the thing. Beginning of the year, I said Boston was going to the finals. That's when Kyrie and Hayward was there.
Yep.
Hayward goes out. I still said Boston was going to the finals because they had Kyrie.
Yep.
Kyrie goes down. I submitted.
You did. You gave up.
I gave up, and I said LeBron is going back. I'm very proud of how Boston did these playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get an easy route? If you look at it in hindsight,
Yes.
You got a young Buck team.
Yep.
You got a super young Philly team.
Yep.
And now you're at where you're at. So they got the good draw.
Yep.
To get there.
Yep.
I think they can win some games in this series.
Okay. Because why do you
defense?
Think defense. So you think the defense
is going to
help them win some games?
Still got guys on Cleveland that ain't been to this level.
True.
They still need time to get, I think I trust Brad Stevens and I trust Boston's defense enough to frustrate LeBron to a point where he needs his teammates to have games.
Mm-hmm.
And if his teammates don't have games, then Boston's going to win.
Gotcha.
7, Cleveland.
I understand your logic. Here's where I disagree. But I agree with their draw. Yes, easier draw. They're playing for me, because I've been hating on them all year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Actually not hating, just actually speaking the truth. I'm surprised at how far they've gotten with the lack of 2 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Your 2 highest paid players who you think are stars. Kyrie's a star.
Okay.
Gordon Hayward.
I thought she was going there.
No, Kyrie's a star. Gordon Hayward, I'm not sure.
We're not gonna be that show.
No. So Kyrie's the star. Gordon Hayward, I'm the jury's still out for me on him.
Okay.
But I am very surprised that they've gotten this far. Don't come back. Just don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. And yes, they play great defense. They do. I just think at this point, the easier draw hurts them because they really didn't have to battle with anybody. And they have yet to play the one person who no team has a plan for. Now, if you have a team like Golden State out west or Houston that defends with the way they defend, I see. This team struggles for the same reasons. To me, this is the same squad it was when it was with IT on it. They don't have size. They don't rebound. And they have problems scoring the basketball. They are still a low-scoring team.
They can hit the 3, bro.
Okay. This is my thing with them. The reason I like Cleveland in this series, and I like this series to be over in 5.
God. You're going to say the same thing you always say.
No, I'm not. Hold on. I'm gonna counter your point about those who haven't been there. The people that LeBron needs to show up in this series have been there. Right now, the others have realized, the ones that didn't have an understanding of it, they now realize what it means to be playing with LeBron. Just go out and be yourself. Don't try to do too much. I think some of those guys were trying to do too much in the first series against Indiana. Now you're in Eastern Conference Finals. You need Kevin Love and you need J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver. The 3 guys that just balled out in this past series, you need them to do what they normally do. They're back to playing like themselves. Those 3 guys are going to show up. I don't have no concern about the others because the media is really trying to make this others thing go wild. And yeah, in the Indiana series, it was the others.
They had an SNL skit.
I know, I saw that. I saw the SNL skit. But now everybody's trying to say it's the others when it used to be the big 3 or the big 2. When one of the big 3 was hurt, then you would still say a big 2. But now it's just LeBron and the others.
Yeah, Kevin Love has been relegated to an other.
Right. Now you need guys that have experience, been here before to do what you do. That's why Cleveland wins this series in 5. The lack of experience from the Rodney Hoods and the Jose Calderon. He ain't even seeing the floor no more.
Yeah,
now
Rodney Hood does.
Cezic, whatever.
Yeah.
Chetty.
Yeah, Chetty got all the.
Chetty getting his minutes.
He got all the minutes now.
So at the end of the day, I think that's why Cleveland wins this series. I do think you're going to see length bother LeBron a little bit, but LeBron's like a friggin' what do they call him? A savant.
Mm-hmm.
This dude's a basketball. He literally probably in the first 5 minutes will be able to dissect, okay, here's what they're trying to do to me tonight. Let's get it. Mm-hmm. This guy's playing at another level.
I don't know.
He can possibly win the ship.
He is playing at another level. But I think the combination of youth, defense, and coaching is something that he hasn't seen yet in these playoffs. Mm-hmm. He saw the youth in the Indiana series, but the coaching wasn't good. The Raptor series, as you said, the coaching wasn't good. He wasn't making no stuff.
He didn't see nothing.
He didn't see nothing in that series. It was a wet paper bag.
Yeah, he owns them.
So, and then it's the Boston thing too. Like that has to have something.
That's gone.
No, it's
he
not
exercised those demons.
It has to have something on it.
He exercised.
Kyrie still there on the bench looking at you.
But that's a kid. That's the young kid.
Their rotation is good. Their defense is excellent. Their coach is excellent.
It's not good enough.
I think it's going to be good enough to get 3 wins out of this series.
They'll get 2.
I don't trust J.R. Smith like that.
They'll get.
I don't trust Kyle Korver like that.
Okay, we'll see. That's why they play the games. They'll get 1. This series is going 5. The series is going 5 games. Cleveland's going to win the opener Sunday. Cleveland's going to win the opener. Cleveland's going to lose the second game. Cleveland's going to win games 3 and 4 at home. Okay, I'm going on record. I'm going on record right now.
And they're going to win it in Boston. They're going
to win the last one in Boston. This series is going 5. I hear you, defense. I hear you, length. I hear you. But these are young pups. They haven't seen the likes of what they're about to see. The level that this man's playing at a level where you are fearing him before he even steps on the court. That's the level he's playing at right now. 5. Yeah. Yes, Deuce's dad 11. I said it.
He started
Tell
off.
me what you think.
He started off by saying he wasn't going to be disrespectful, but then he ended up being disrespectful.
5. I'm not being disrespectful.
I think you are being. I think 5 is disrespectful.
How's that disrespectful? What have they done to show you? You just pointed out they had an easy road to this point. You did what you were supposed to do.
And they handled their work.
And you did what you were supposed to do.
And they only lost 2 games. They handled their work.
You did what you were supposed to do.
No, 4 games. Because they went 5. Yeah. 7.
You did what you were supposed to do. Who's guarding LeBron?
The team.
Marcus Morris, right?
I like Marcus Morris.
I know you do.
He should still be a Piston.
The team, right?
The team is going to guard LeBron.
Okay.
The team is going to guard LeBron, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be a closer series than that.
5.
I feel like I want to put some money on it, but maybe we'll save that for off camera.
Cleveland in 5. You heard it here first.
Cleveland. House? What's the house say?
Definitely saying Cleveland in 5.
Cleveland.
I just don't see Boston pulling it off, man. I just don't see.
I need Mr. Terrific.
Cleveland in 5.
Cleveland in 5. Okay. All right.
Especially when Kyrie is the missing link.
He's the closer. They don't got a closer.
If they had Kyrie, bro.
But Rozier.
Cleveland in 7.
Rozier has stepped up.
You believe in him.
Ain't nobody going to guard him in Cleveland.
But I will say this, though.
George Hill's going to guard Rozier?
George Hill or J.R. Smith?
In his back?
George Hill.
George Hill. So then who's guarding Tatum?
George Hill or J.R. Smith.
Then who's guarding Tatum?
LeBron's going to guard.
Then who's guarding Brown?
You better hope he plays.
He been playing.
He was out a couple games. He was back last game.
They all scored 20 the last game.
They're hedging his minutes. You better hope he's up,
bro. You can say you play the same game of who guarding them. You can play the same game in Boston. They got people all down the lineup.
These are the same guys that average 94 points a game.
Because they play good defense. Why am I going to score 120 points a game when we slow down the game? You can't score that many points when you slow down the game on defense.
Okay. Cleveland's going to win this series in 5.
Okay.
They're going to win the nasty ones and they're going to blow them out at least once.
You're going to listen to me one of these days. And I keep trying to tell you.
I'm going to listen to me when it happens.
I'm going to keep trying to tell you, listen to me. You didn't listen to me last finals. You wanted to be on some other stuff. And I told you what was going to happen. And it happened. And then you was like, well, you was right. You need to listen to me.
I should have listened.
You need to listen to me right now.
I'm not listening to you right now. No, sir.
Okay. All right. Out west. They are who we thought they were.
Yes. Yes.
Everything is what we thought it was going to be.
Everything is what we thought it was going to be.
After all the drama, after all the mess, it's just who it was going to be.
Get off of Golden State. I told y'all this is the 3rd year of this. This is the 4th year of this. They flipped the switch. It is human nature.
Yeah.
Teams just get used to being great. They flipped the switch, okay? The switch is flipped. Your boy is back, and they look like that team again. They look like that team again.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have what some people are calling the finals matchup because everybody believes that whoever comes out of this series is going to win it.
Yeah.
Golden State, Houston.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris Paul. He showed up. We gave him a lot of mess.
I was going to say that. Not only did he show up, but he didn't get injured.
Hey, still time. But for the showing up part, he showed up.
He showed up. And the State Farm commercials don't seem to be a distraction for the whole team. And they're pretty funny, too. I have to give it to the Rockets. They did a good job.
We gave him a lot of crap.
Absolutely.
About not showing up.
Because he hasn't proven it.
And he showed up that last game. And
has he exercised the demons?
Got that team. He has exercised the demons.
I like the Raptors.
Oh, God.
Who next year will be saying the same thing.
He's there. This is what he wanted. He wanted to be in the Western Conference Finals.
He's there.
He's in the Western Conference Finals. He's playing the greatest team ever assembled. But he's in the Western Conference Finals.
Well, at least he got
Can't catch a break.
Can't catch a break.
Houston's going to win one game.
Oh.
That's Golden State in 5.
Ooh.
Might be 4.
Ooh. Wait a minute. I didn't know you were going to get there that fast. I was actually going to say shout out to the Utah Jazz for a great playoff run.
Yeah, shout out to
Spider Johnson or Spider
Mitchell.
Spider Mitchell. Sorry. Dang, you really defend your boy Donovan, don't you? It's just
the rookie of the year. You gotta.
Oh, okay.
Give me a Spider jersey. So, if he didn't have a whack number, like who was to be 45 in the NBA? Like
Michael Jordan. So
don't be disrespectful.
Oh man, this guy. Fair weather over here.
Not fair weather.
Bro, the only team you root for from your city is the Bulls.
Listen, let's clear the air right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, DeJuan. That's the voice. That's the voice you're hearing.
What is the build-up?
Let's clear the air right now.
Yeah, clear the air because we talk about you on the show.
I know. So, NBA, I'm a Bulls.
Wait. Let's start from where are you from?
I'm originally from Benton Harbor, Michigan.
And what city do you claim?
Detroit.
No, you do not.
Oh, Benton Harbor.
You claim Benton Harbor, but you're closer to Chicago.
Yeah.
So you are a Chicago sports fan.
Not fully.
That's my point. You're a fair weather fan at that.
That's not a fair weather.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Who are your teams?
Okay. NBA, Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
Major League Baseball, Chicago Cubs, New York Yankees.
I owe you a sweatshirt, by the way.
Thank you. College football.
Wait, did you say Chicago Cubs and the New York Yankees?
Yeah, I know.
The Yankees?
Yeah, I know, right?
Building it up for me. Thanks. Go ahead.
That was your other team?
Shout out to Derek.
Because the Cubs suck so bad?
No.
You just needed the other team?
No.
So you picked the 45-time world champion in New York Yankees. But okay.
27. Be 28 this year.
We can't put him on camera. Would take too much. Sorry, Deuce's dad 11.
Yeah.
But he's over here.
Yeah. So we're okay. College football. Notre Dame. I like Michigan State. I can't. Yeah. Anyway, where we at now?
College basketball.
Duke, Michigan State.
Anybody see a trend here?
No. I mean,
does anybody see a trend here?
You're a front runner.
I'm not a front runner.
All the teams you like are good teams.
Because see, listen, the Bulls suck right now. I'm still a fan.
That's because you're a Chicago fan.
No, I'm still a fan. The Cubs sucked my entire life.
That's why you're a Yankee fan. That's your second team. Because you wanted to have a team that won.
No,
exactly.
We know about that in Detroit.
Yeah. Just admit it.
No, but that's not true. I can't admit to something that's not true.
I'm a Lions fan, but I love you some Tom Brady because I want to see somebody win for it.
What NFL team is your favorite NFL team?
Dallas Cowboys.
Front runner.
Right.
Front runner. Bro.
You grew up in the 90s, bro.
Oh,
the big three was you, bro.
I'm not a front runner. Dude, listen. A lot of my family are Cowboys fans. We have a few here that are Lions fans, but a lot of them, are Cowboys fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we talk about him on this show.
Oh man!
Because when he comments on other people's teams, we have to point out.
But then again,
he has no home affiliation.
Notre Dame and Duke.
Notre Dame.
But then again, some of the stuff that I do say, you agree with.
It's fair weather.
It's you agree with it. There's been some things.
That's true, but we have to point out your affiliation is fair weather.
That's nonsense.
Or no, I'm sorry, your affiliation is sunny weather at all times.
That's nonsense.
Because listen to the team.
But does it translate? It doesn't translate in different sports. It's like
he literally likes
Notre
the best
Dame football,
team in every sport,
but not Notre Dame basketball.
No.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Okay.
So he's not. he's a fan of certain teams and certain sports.
I spent a lot of my childhood watching Notre Dame football.
Gotcha.
Okay. He grew up in the area, right?
Gotcha.
South Bend is what, 45 minutes?
Yeah, 35, 45 minutes.
Gotcha.
Depending on where you,
Okay, so that's fair.
Yeah.
You're a long ways away from Dallas. And your line is the family roots for the Cowboys?
Hey, man, I got family members that are Cowboys fans.
You live near Bears, Lions, Packers, and the Cowboys are your team.
I watched them. Just wasn't a fan.
Okay.
Duke basketball.
90. Now listen.
Oh, we're gonna admit it for this one.
Oh, yeah, no. I blame it on my dad. 89 when UNLV blew Duke out.
Yep.
My dad was just like ripping and raving about it, and I then became a Duke fan in 1990. And so it was a way to get back at my dad. I mean,
okay,
I know
that's not this show.
I know it's petty. Right. I know it's petty.
Right. That's not this show. We got a value right there. That's not this show. Yep. But thank you very much. Yes. That was good. Okay. So, bro,
go to State at 5.
Go to State at 5. All right. Wow.
James Harden's sick.
Uh-oh.
In Game 5, Chris Paul has to do all the theatrics. Don't trust Chris Paul. We've seen what Steph's done to Chris Paul over the years. Klay Thompson play defense very well, so that's James Harden's lockdown. And then the rest of the team is what? I mean, Clint Capella, who guards Kevin Durant in this series.
Oh, man, you might have just swept.
Golden State sweep.
No. All right, I'm actually gonna. You just kind of. But now, wait, Houston won 2 games this year. Regular season, never mind.
Was they all together?
I'm going against my own theory though in the NBA anyway. The regular season means nothing in the NBA. Yeah, I'm with you. Golden State.
Sweet.
Golden State 5. Golden State 5. Houston's gonna get one. Who's got home court? Houston does.
Houston does.
Oh, bro. Wait, hold on.
Sweet.
I
officially changed it to sweet.
Oh my God. Golden State 5.
A James Harden game.
Yeah, there'll be a Harden game. There'll be a Harden
score 60.
There'll be a Harden CP game.
60 and 13 assists.
There'll be a Harden 6 and CP game. Oh, look, it's in the building. Seth. Oh, he said Houston, you going? All righty. Hey, hit me up. Yep. Hey, Houston is dangerous. No sweep. What's your prediction, though? What's your prediction? They have confidence. How many games will confidence win the Rockets?
It's going to be no confidence against the Warriors, bro. They are a super duper team. the basketball IQ on that team is ridiculous.
Dubs and 6, Ralph says.
That's cool. It's 2.
Houston gets 2 games.
No.
I think home court Houston gets 2.
No.
Houston gets 2. I'm switching.
As much crap as we've talked about James Harden and Chris Paul, you're giving them games?
You don't believe now? They haven't exercised the demons?
No.
Why not?
I can't trust how you're talking right now.
Wait. You don't no, okay. Golden State they're back to being themselves. But let's look at Houston. This is a better team than it was in the past. So it's not just the James Harden show. They're not just playing ISO basketball. So Chris Paul is not hurt. He's played well consistently. Harden has played well consistently.
No.
He's
had some bad games.
2 bad games, but they're a better team. They still won. Bro, when they needed to go into Utah and just calm everybody down and say, listen, this ain't going to be what y'all think it is, he went in there with his squad, and they handled their business. And that's a good basketball team in Utah. This is a better team. They won some games against I can't say that. I don't trust the regular season. Listen, Warriors are going to get
You can't make a case. Sweep.
No, it's not a sweep.
Get the brooms.
No, Houston gets
1. Houston gets 1.
I want to say 2.
Because I said the same thing in New Orleans. New Orleans got 1, right?
Right.
Because they deal with this. Give Anthony Davis the ball and just keep giving him the ball.
And Golden State missed a lot of shots that game too. Golden State's good for at least a game where they miss a bunch of shots.
and miss a bunch of shots.
Houston in 2. James Harden and Chris Paul are playing with chips on their shoulders. They both were castaways at one point.
You still pick Golden State, though.
Hey, Houston. Hey, Golden State in 6. Golden State in 6. That's my final answer.
Dude,
Houston gets 2.
No.
Golden State in 5.
Sweep.
No. I can't decide. Help me.
It's a sweep, bro. It's a sweep. And Golden
1.
State is going to be sitting there for 2 weeks waiting on LeBron.
No. That series ain't going 7. Bro.
Yes, it is.
Golden State in 5. Final answer.
You went from 5 to 6
I'm waffling.
to 5 back to 6 to 5.
Back
to 5. Okay, yeah, 5.
Golden State in 5.
What's the difference between Golden State in 5 and a sweep?
Houston's going to get 1. Houston's better than they were getting swept before. Houston's going to get 1.
Game 2.
Game 2 or wait, who's at home? Yeah, Game 2 or
Does Golden State take Game 1?
Yeah, it's got to be Game 2. Houston's going to get Game 2. Houston's getting Game 2. Cleveland 5. Golden State 5. Both series in 5,
bro.
And we got to wait till June for the finals. That means we're going to be waiting almost 2 weeks because the finals don't start till June.
It's just something demoralizing about playing the Golden State Warriors. And in Game 1, if 5, if they get in there and do what they're supposed to do, I like you go back in that locker room like I gave it my best shot. What?
No, not after Game 1. You don't.
Bro, I don't trust James Harden and Chris Paul like that.
To get 1 game?
No, not against Golden State.
You do.
Not against Golden State.
You're being different.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm saying it on camera. It's my prediction. It's a sweep.
Seth says Golden State has the best shooters in the entire world. I just want to show some respect to Houston for their accomplishments.
Yeah, they made it. That was their goal, to make it to the Western Conference Finals. They did it.
He said, he said, I want to show them some respect for their accomplishments. That's a really pity way of saying it. He said Golden State will win the series, but it won't be a sweep. Stop being disrespectful.
So you just give them games. You just give them games because they're Houston. I know. I'm being serious. I'm not just going to give them games just because they're there. Golden State is the best assemblement of players you have.
What?
Assemblement.
That's not. Stop.
Assemblement.
Don't. No, that's nowhere near a word.
Assemblement.
No.
Ensemble.
Oh, God.
They're the best ensemble of players you have ever seen in your life.
You went from assemblement.
I had to pick a word that I do.
Okay.
This is it. They are the best. I said it last year when you got to. It's over. Basketball as we know it is over as long as this team is together. Whatever matchup you want to see is fine. But Golden State is going to make it bigger. It's just going to rip right through it.
Listen, you're okay. You're kind of right.
You want to give them games? Well, give them games.
Stevens just said the same thing I said. Is Golden State usually every series has a bad game. They have a bad shooting game. They had one against New Orleans. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just Anthony Davis. If you go back to that game and look at the numbers, Golden State didn't shoot well either. So if you don't shoot well, if they don't make shots, this sounds obvious, but if you don't make shots, you don't win. But they do thrive on the jump shot. They live by the 3, die by the 3. So if they don't shoot the ball well from 3-point or don't shoot it well, if 1 or 2 of them have a bad shooting night and you can get them into a scrap, into a dogfight, you can get a game or 2 out of these guys. That's why I'm not trying to just give them one just because they're Houston and they've been the number 1 seed and all that.
You're counting on Golden State not to make shots.
I'm counting on the fact that I believe Golden State will have a game when they don't shoot well. They'll score 95, 100 points, but Houston will score 110 and win that game.
Literally, we're arguing about one game in this series. Yeah, between me and you, we're arguing about one game.
That's true. Yes.
We're arguing between a sweep and a 5-game sweep.
Yes. My dad must be watching on YouTube. He's not commenting, but he just texted me. Texter writes, Golden State in 6, Houston wins 2. Golden State will go cold in at least one game. That's what I'm saying.
So one good close game, one game.
I don't even know if that game is close. I think that might be a game like in the New Orleans series where Houston wins that game handily by 10 or more. So I don't see a sweep. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, that's cool.
I think both series are going 5. You say one's going 7, one's going sweep. I got both series going 5. I do not see Celtics taking Cleveland 7. Matter of fact, Cephas, you're in here because Ralph already agreed with me. What's your prediction on the Cleveland series? Dad, if you're watching as well, what's your prediction on the Cleveland and Boston series? I got Cleveland in 5. He's got Cleveland in 7. He thinks that Boston's good enough to give Cleveland fits and win 3 games.
If you watch their games, they are good enough.
I've watched them do things to teams that make bad mistakes. Like last night, I watched that game, and I was like, oh, it's close. Man, in the third quarter, I kept watching, and Philly made a couple – right before the end of the first half, Philly started throwing the ball around. Man, I was like, this ain't Boston. This is Philly giving the game away.
You're just a Boston hater.
I'm not.
You truly are.
Oh, Steve just said Cleveland in 7. He believes in Boston too.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he's just giving Boston games.
Oh, shots. That's I listen. I think
I agree. I'm happy that you agree.
Part of this is too. LeBron's just playing at another level. My dad says Cavs. Texter writes now. Cavs win in 5. Remember, LeBron shows out in Boston like he does in New York. 45. Does that ring a bell?
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
Boston's very dangerous. They have a lot of confidence. They do. They have a lot of confidence. But there's a guy coming up there. There's a guy coming up there.
Yes.
In a black or a gray suit. He's coming up there. And that old adage of the big 3 versus him and he has fits in Boston, them days is long gone, bro.
You don't think the Toronto series lulled them to sleep a little bit?
Nope.
Like, because it was so easy.
Nope.
It was so easy that as soon as you get to some...
Ralph said he also quits in Boston.
Hey!
That was petty, Ralph.
Take the jersey off. It was so easy in LeBronto that when you actually get to some defense this round...
I apologize to all our Toronto listeners. LeBronto.
Then when you get to this round, it's like, oh, we actually have to play basketball together this series.
I disagree. I'm going to tell you why I disagree. They played
Kevin Love's not wide open in the corner this season, this game.
They played basketball together this series. I'm going to tell you why I disagree with you there.
Because nobody guarded them.
No, I'm going to tell you why. You got to remember, this team is just now playing together. This team is just like they battled through the Indiana series. Number one, Indiana was bigger, longer. Okay, then Cleveland's relatively a small team. Indiana definitely had the size on them,
and they had a guy willing to take those shots.
A guy willing to do that. Boston doesn't have that. I'm not. Yeah, I know who you're gonna. Yeah, you believe in number 12, Terry Rozier. He's your guy.
Scary Terry, baby. Let's go.
Oh, we're giving him a nickname. This guy shows up in a Drew Bledsoe jersey. Now he's the man.
He's scared.
I got you.
You have no PG that can guard him.
Okay. All right.
George Hill is broke back. And Clarkson that can barely stay on the floor.
Stevens is saying the Pacers and the Raptors are not considered good competitive teams the East this week. The Wizards and the Sixers aren't competitive either, sir. So let's not try to take away from the Cavs because they beat who they beat. I'm not taking away from Boston because they beat who they beat. What I'm saying is this Cleveland team is just now really playing as a team. These are guys that weren't healthy. They just came together at the All-Star break. So that takes time. What you saw in the Toronto series wasn't just LeBron. You also saw chemistry being built. You also saw players realizing, all right, this is where I fit in. This is where it happens. This team is now starting to click. So, no, I don't think that they're going to regress because of the fact that that series was that easy. They had to go out there and win them games, and they did. Now you're going to see this team continue to get better and better. Cleveland in 5. Y'all believe in Boston? I don't. Until you show me Boston, I don't believe in you like that. So if you show me this series, great. I'll start believing in you. But until then, no mas. Cleveland in 5.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Steve says if the Cleveland Cavaliers are playing at a high level, meaning that LeBron and Jared doing what they're supposed to do, then of course they win. and you left out somebody, Kevin Love. If LeBron gives you 40 and Kevin Love gives you 30, you're not beating them. If LeBron gives you 30 and Kevin Love gives you 20, and the other guys, those are the others to me, give you 15. Ladies and gentlemen, J.R. Smith is shooting it well too. He's gotten 15, 20 in the last few games, 12, 15, 20. You're not beating them. And that's my point. That's right. Of course they win. That's the team Cleveland, you're starting to see.
Is this bad? Cleveland is a minus 275 favorite over the Celtics. I don't know what plus and minus is.
That means they're a favorite.
They're a favorite by 275
when you see a minus,
points.
I think it's like total of 275. I don't know what that.
So Cleveland's going to score 275 more points than Boston.
I think that's the way the money's leaning or something. Don't get me started.
Okay, I don't know. I was asking the question.
Cleveland is the favorite though.
Yeah. I could see how that could be. I mean, you got LeBron on the team, and they don't have a legitimate superstar. I can see your points, but I feel like they're gonna make it a series.
Okay, this will be fun. Cleveland in 5, Cleveland in 7 from this guy. Houston in 5. I mean, Golden State in 5. I'm sorry. He's saying Golden State.
Marcus Smart guarding LeBron.
I
can't wait for it.
That's it right there.
Lance Stevenson 2.
I can't wait.
Marcus Smart.
Laughter.
Get in there. Marcus Smart. Who's guarding Al Horford? Hey, it's time to end the stream. I can't believe I said guarding Al Horford. Who's guarding Al Horford?
Cleveland in 5.
All right. Well,
so series start this weekend. The Cleveland series starts Sunday, 3:30 ABC. The Houston and Golden State series starts Monday night on TNT, home of the Western Conference Finals. I believe that the remaining Eastern Conference Final games are on ESPN, and these will be alternating night games. So Cleveland starts Sunday. They will then go to the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule, and Hey, all you sports lovers, it's really about to just be baseball season.
Academy's going on a 2-month hiatus.
Like, we're about to have nothing to talk about.
June, and we'll see you at the end of August.
Yeah, it's about to be nothing to talk about. But enjoy these conference finals. You have our predictions. Those of you listening to us in podcast land, you have our predictions.
Here's a question that I saw that they did this morning on ESPN. Rank the top 6 players in the Western Conference Finals.
I know where this is going.
What? I just wanted.
The starting 5 for Golden State plus James Harden. Is that where this is going?
No, I just want to know.
The top 6 players currently in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, in the Western Conference Finals.
Rank them in order of best player?
Rank them in order of best player.
Ooh. Ooh, let me get back to my top 25. Where'd I put Harden at? Okay, so yes, they do. But the Indians are good. You want to talk Cleveland sports? Okay, top players. Okay, number 1. No, you go first.
No, I asked you the question.
Number 1. This season. Or overall.
In the series. In the series. Who's the top 6?
I'm basing it on this season. You see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to.
Yeah. Who are the 6 best people
in no order.
No, from ranked from 1 to 6.
All right. 1 to 6.
Who is the best player in this series?
The best player in this series is James Harden. The second best player in this series. The second best player is Kevin Durant. Third best player is wait, what did I say? Kevin. Steph Curry. Fourth best player is the other Splash brother.
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson. Fifth best player is CP3. 6th best player is Draymond.
Okay. I mean, you act like I was trying to set you up for something.
I feel like you are.
Because
I feel like you're ready to come back with something because you had this question in your back pocket and you made a face.
It's not a back pocket. I saw
you made a face. You made a face.
That's right.
When I said Harden won.
Because I think you made the list just because you put people in certain spots in your top 25. And you're not honestly answering the question.
Because I feel like that's what you would have trapped me with. You would be like, let's you put Harden number 2 in your list. That's what you would have done to me.
They did it.
So can I give you a real answer?
Oh my God.
I feel like that was entrapment, bro.
Okay, go ahead, man. Okay. I'm not gonna get you.
No, you're not gonna get me.
I'm not gonna get you.
All right, so,
I'm not gonna get you.
Okay, so okay, with my top 25 aside.
Yeah.
All right. No, I don't. Let me not look at that yet because I don't want to be influenced by it.
Okay. You already looked at it.
I just saw who they had number 1. Who I would have put number 1 if we hadn't gone. But we always bag on this dude too. So
yes, we do. Yes,
so
we do.
The best player in this series is KD. The second best player to me is Harden. The third best player is Steph. Fourth best player is. I still feel like that. After that, the order is still the same. It still goes Clay, CP, Draymond. That would be my 6.
Okay. All right.
What did they say?
Jalen had KD, Steph, Harden, Chris Paul, and Draymond Clay.
Okay. See, I think Clay's better than Draymond. Draymond's like the glue guy to me, but he's still really good. But I think Clay's better.
Yeah,
Clay's a better shooter.
In doing this show, if I haven't had my eyes woken on any player, it would be Draymond.
Draymond, yes,
years out debating this show, debating other people, and coming to the show and doing it and watching the intricacies. Draymond is a huge factor on this team.
Finally,
yeah. So I would have him like in this series. I guess that's the best way to formulate it, right? Who are the top 6 people
I was trying to,
that will influence this series?
Yeah, I was trying to put some stuff around it to help to support my case.
So maybe that's the better question. The top 6 players that will influence this series.
Now, from an influence level, that changes my list too. Because from an influence level, then I think you have to go KD. You got to go Steph.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go Harden. Those are the 3. Then to me, I think from an influence level, Draymond's got to be moved up.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to go Draymond, CP, Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, they can win without Clay. To me, they can't win without Draymond or Steph.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see the Warriors. With Steph hurt, they were winning, but we all had questions. Can they do it against the Rockets per se?
Right.
Because you don't have Steph, and Kevin doesn't want to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But with Steph back, Kevin's comfortable again. And to me, Draymond is the key. I mean, you go back 2 years ago, a lot of people believe that Cleveland wins that series because Draymond is suspended. Right. So to me, Draymond's the glue guy. If Draymond's gone, they can't win. I don't think they can win the series. If Steph's gone, they can't win the series. With Clay gone, they can win the series. To me, it's Harden first. CP, he's helping the situation. Like, he's going to make this competitive, but he's lower on the list when you look at the Warriors, because I think Houston can win. Like, Houston can beat the Warriors minus Draymond and them. The Warriors can't beat Houston minus, so like if CP doesn't play, but Draymond doesn't play, Harden can still help Houston win that series.
Mm-hmm.
If CP plays, if CP's out or in, I think that's Houston still is a winnable team. So yeah, I influence. I see where you're at.
Okay.
You need Draymond. I told you.
Yeah,
I'm glad you came over and went on ahead and let that.
Hey, look, I'm a realist. I understand.
Very true.
I understand when I'm wrong, and I'll say it when I'm wrong sometimes. And and I love to say when I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
But his production is unmatched. Like, dude getting triple doubles before the half is over. Like, and just running dudes and talking guys out of their games. Like he can talk people out of your game. So yeah, I gotta give him this.
He always talking.
There's one thing too, though. Like, Clay has been playing so well that it used to be you needed Steph to go off And if Clay didn't go off, it was cool.
Yeah.
I think it's vice versa now. I think Clay can go off and Steph can chill.
Well, if you got Durant, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Yeah. If one of the Splash Brothers is going off with Durant, it doesn't matter who it is.
It's very hard to beat them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You need both of them. You need, like, you can beat them if Clay's average and Steph's struggling and Durant's still going off. Like, but if either one of them is banging with Durant,
yeah.
Listen, if this ends up being Cleveland Warriors 4, I can't.
I think recently Clay's threes have been more demoralizing than Steph's.
Right.
When they first got on the road,
because if you feel like, okay, if I got Steph in the pocket, we good.
Yeah.
But no, once Clay start killing,
because Clay, he getting his swag, like the tongue and the slapping up the like. Yeah. When they first got on this road, Steph's threes were demoralizing.
Right.
You know, and Clay was just in the game. But now Clay's threes are getting a little demoralizing because he works for his threes. And once he gets them, it's like he's just swag daddy on there all day.
You can't stop
him. And you know you can't stop him.
He's a hand in the face guy. Like, he's a guy that will hit a dagger in your grill. Like, and then once he starts feeling it, you can come guard him. He's just gonna keep firing. They're gonna keep going in. I agree.
Steph is like, oh, that went in, dang. Oh, that went in, dang. Did that go in, dang? No, Clay's like, I'm about to bust you. I'm about to bust you right here. I'm gonna bust you right there, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I agree.
Oh, sweep. I'm about to go get to outro ready. Sweep.
So as we wrap this show, Golden State in 5. As we wrap this show, I just want to say this real quick. For those of you who are watching the show, this happens periodically. So somebody asked me about this. Where does Dre go?
Somebody did?
Yeah, somebody asked me about this. So I'm going to answer that question for you. Where Dre goes. Dre leaves the camera feed to go and set the outro because we're doing a podcast. So what we do is we have music before and after. That explains why when our live feed starts, we're just sitting here waiting with headphones on and microphones in our face, but we're not saying anything. Reason being, the podcast intro is playing. It's being recorded, so that way when we go to record drop our podcast, it has the intro and outro music. So that's where Dre goes at the end of the feed. If he leaves and goes, it's because our engineer isn't present at the time, and so Dre goes and does the feed. So that's what happened. So that's where he is. Now, you can still hear him.
Can you hear me?
Yep. We've confirmed now that mic is on. So the reason you can still hear him is because there's a microphone at the engineer's table next to the computer. So he is still there. However, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you joining us tonight in our live feed, as always. Also, we appreciate you listening to us on our podcast. If you listen to us, don't forget, we post our podcast usually sometime over the weekend to take you into the upcoming week and help get you over to next Thursday. We are here every Thursday on audiowavenetwork.com on the Academy Sports Podcast Show. And we do this because we love it, talking sports. But we'll be back next Thursday. By then, we will have a couple of games under our belts in both conference finals. And we will have a lot more to say. We will see if some of our predictions are beginning to come true.
Sweet.
All right, so don't forget, Dre is sweep for Golden State. He is Boston and Cleveland's going 7 with Cleveland winning. That would have been disastrous. I am Cleveland in 5 and Golden State in 5.
It's too generic. Everything can't happen in 5.
We don't make predictions just to make people happy and stuff, not be generic. So because of that is those are our numbers. If you want to give any feedback to us, or if you want to also post what you think is going to happen in this series, make sure you go to our Facebook page and comment on our Facebook page. Don't forget to share this live feed tonight. Also, if you listen to us on the SoundCloud app, make sure you share our podcast with everybody. If you listen to us on the iTunes app, you can also listen to us there. Make sure you share and subscribe on both platforms. Also, check us out on Facebook, on our social media, and hit the like or subscribe button to follow so you'll know when everything's going on. And also check us out on Instagram at Academy Sports Show and also on Facebook at Academy Sports Show. Also, big ups to our sponsor, the man that takes care of it all for us. We appreciate it, as always. Vaughn's Plumbing, licensed and residential commercial plumbing at your needs, at your fingertips. All you got to do is go to vaughnsplumbing.com. Check them out for any services that you may need. I've checked them out. They are always great. And you can reach them at 313-304-7786, or you can go to
BondPlumbing.com.
or call them at 313-304-7786 for the real MVP of plumbing. For myself, Joel Williams, and my co-host, my man, Andre Douglas.
That's me.
See you guys next week.
Cavs still look like this, coach, in a month. Jump ship. I'm in the press to panic, but you will never get me to jump ship. Y'all have to pay attention to Drake and what he says. He just throws out, you hear that? You jumping ship, try to get me just like, yes, I'm. Oh, man, I done said it. No.